Another tool could help stuck home buyers. Sources tell your channel that the government may make it mandatory to appoint recovery officers under the state RERA tribunals. These officers will ensure that builders compensate consumers on time. The Central Advisory Council also suggests starting a rating for builders or developers and plans to implement one nation, one license for real estate companies. But will appointing a recovery officer actually help those stuck home buyers? Will it act as a deterrent and push developers to act in time? And will the single license make it easier for developers across the country to act more swiftly? Let's understand how this can play out. But before that, let's listen in to my colleague Prakash Priyadarshi, who broke that story.
Yes, big relief expected soon for home buyers as government may make appointment of recovery officers mandatory in Real Estate Regulatory Authority. Recovery officers will ensure timely payments of dues or compensation to the home buyers as per RERA order. It takes more than a year to the home buyers to get their compensation from builders. It has been brought into the notice of the Central Advisory Council of RERA that builders are not making payments despite having order in favor of home buyers. We are also given to understand that Advisory Council has given in principle approval for appointment of recovery officers in all Real Estate Regulatory Authority. We have also been informed that Advisory Council is in favor of providing ratings to the real estate developers or builders. It has asked real estate body like Naredco Credai to provide ratings or certificate to the real estate developers or builders based on their service quality. However, it will be voluntarily in nature. Other than that, the Council has also discussed to amend existing rule to implement one nation, one license for real estate brokers. After implementation of this policy, real estate brokers will not have to get multiple license in every estate to operate in real estate sector. However, legal opinion is being taken on this proposed policy.
And Nagesh Aras, civic activist, joining me on the show now. I'm speaking with Abhay Upadhyay, president of FPCE, and Anil Kalgi, former grievance committee member of RERA. Welcome to all of you, and thank you so much for speaking with us. Abhay Upadhyay, let me come to you first. Do you think the making these recovery officers mandatory is going to help? And before that, we need to understand why there has been a need for this. Because RERA orders are being passed. Are they being actually executed?
Tamanna, this is very important subject as far as RERA is concerned. As we know, as you rightly said, that order are being passed in favor of home buyers, but that is not getting executed. The present mechanism is that if builders are not obeying the order, the authority in that case is issuing recovery certificate, which is sent to the district magistrate for execution. And the home buyers now have to run from one authority, RERA, to another authority, that is district magistrate, and there they have a different priority. They have all kind of work to do. So one of the demand which was coming not only from the home buyers that the more power should be given to authority, but also from the regulatory authority themselves. They were saying that they don't have this power to execute their own certificate, and which is why they are lacking tooth to bite. So this suggestion was there. And as you know, in Madhya Pradesh, already a system when Mr. Desa was there as the chairperson. So this they have appointed a recovery officer of their own. So if this serves it now, this is very difficult answer to say if this is done, it will exactly solve all the problems. Well, it may not happen so, but yes, what we are seeing is...
I'm trying to understand the gap. So as of now, when a RERA tribunal passes an order, there's been, for example, a delay in possession, etc. How are we ensuring that the home buyer, the final customer, is actually getting their due? Who's doing that right now?
Right now, once the order is passed, so suppose 10%, 20%, if the builder is complying, so it is done there only and it is complete. But suppose the builder is not complying with the order, in that case, especially in case of refund where you have to take a money from the builder, so that recovery certificate is issued by the authority, and that certificate is sent to the district magistrate office, which comes under the local state government and operates under different law. As you know, that the recovery is done under the land of as a recovery of land arrears of land revenue. So that goes to different department. And here the coordination between authority and the district magistrate is number one big problem. Second, the priority for the district magistrate, because he himself has, the authority, district magistrate has so many jobs to do. So not necessarily that this is important for him. So maybe, the certificate is lying for years. So the demand was there, why don't we give this power itself to the authority so that, builder or a home buyer will not have to cross so many authorities, and then the authority, RERA authorities themselves can execute their own order. So that is why the suggestion came that why don't we give that power? That power is there. Actually, already Madhya Pradesh has done that. The only thing what I am concerned about is, though we have, if you see the minutes of the meeting of last CAC, it was my suggestion only, where I only, FFC has suggested this, that we should appoint the recovery officer because that was the demand. But again, I would like to sound a word of caution that it is not, we should not expect that this, if this is done, all your problem will be solved and immediately people will start getting their refund. That is not going to happen. But it will be, I think it will be better than the earlier system mechanism which we have. And this will certainly be more effective and will be more time bound. Because authority will then become responsible, because then they will not be able to say that I issued recovery office order, but I really don't know what happened with that because that power is not with me, and that you please go to the district magistrate and find out from him. So then they will not be able to give that excuse. So I feel that if this is done, this will be better system. Now, how it functioned, how much it is actually helpful, that only time will see.
Let me get that perspective from Mr. Anil Kalgi. He is former grievance committee member of RERA. Mr. Kalgi, thank you for joining us today. Now, RERA has always been a law which has been lauded for tilting the scales back, and balancing them back in the favor of the end buyer as well. But clearly there's been a lacuna, which is why you have the need for these grievance officers. Give us context of how they will change things.
See, the question comes is these grievance redressal or reconciliation committee members they are supposed to coordinate when the issues are coming before they go for adjudication. 90% of the cases when the home buyers are coming, it is invariably either there is a delay or they have not provided a proper accommodation to the people, or the home buyers, they have not settled the proper things properly by the builders. This is what these things can be settled across the table before going for an adjudication. And coming to the next point is, there are some people want to exit from the project itself. These things also can be settled across the table instead of going. That is how the reconciliation can able to work.
Nagesh Aras is also joining us now. Nagesh, what's going to be the big, takeaway from these new moves? Do you think it will help the end buyer and the end consumer?
See, first of all, I saw that announcement from Maharashtra RERA, but I have not seen it from Karnataka RERA. So state by state, I think there will be separate announcements. I'm not sure how this is countrywide. It is going to be coordinated, but we have yet to see that announcement. First thing. Secondly, the appointment of a dedicated officer to recover all the due is fine. I mean, that's a welcome step in the right direction. However, there is a checks and balance are already provided in the RERA Act itself. Suppose the builder is not following the orders of RERA, then his registration can be suspended or cancelled, right? So that threat is always available with RERA. So if the RERA is serious about it, why don't they use it? In which case he can't do any more business actually. So any builder who is is he waiting for some district authority to come and demand money from him? He already has a copy of the verdict which is given by RERA or the appellate authority, and so he can always know what is the money due from him.
Yeah.
And so RERA can always take a single step which will make the builders run.
Right. So hopefully this
can
is
I
that
come
step.
online?
Yes, Mr. Kalgi, very quickly, please.
Yeah. See, first thing is we should understand why these things are happening. Why the DM is not able to recover the money. If we observe the reality, whether the person is asking for a refund or a delay compensation or any compensation, people are not getting in time. the reality we should understand, the ground reality on the other end. In Karnataka, one of the incident happened last January where the property has gone for auction, but no bidders have come forward. Why? The answer remains very simple here. Most of the time when we observe, either there is an inordinate delay in the project or there is a violation. If the violation is taking place, who is responsible for it? Then there is some more serious thing is also existing. When I was inquiring with the bankers on the other end, they say the Municipal Corporation Act says by not more than 5% violation will be accepted. But bankers are ready to finance to the extent of 50%. When the 50% inflated money is going on the other end, and if there is no proper OC is going to come or a clearance is going to come, then who will be the bidding for such projects? That is another point. And secondly, today, even though government is telling that they are going to appoint recovery officers, when I inquired with the RERA officers earlier, they want a recovery officer which are assistant Tahsildar level. Now, do we have so many people to be given, 4 or 5 people? And how many places they can able to do it? Now, this is not the one way of making the home buyers benefited, but we need to address a larger issues that is involved in this.
A lot of food for thought there. Thank you so much to all of you for joining us on the show this evening as we look at what these recovery officers will do as far as the efficacy of RERA is concerned.